Svante Myrick joins us, president of People for the American Way. At one point was the youngest mayor in New York State history, the mayor of Ithaca, New York, now down here in D.C. Good to see you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Does this change the dynamic with that very important voting bloc?
Yes, absolutely. It's clear that black voters are now the new swing voters in America. For the last 4, even maybe 5 elections, how they turn out and who they vote for ends up determining who the president is. So whether it is Bill Clinton or George Bush, from Barack Obama to Donald Trump, the black voter turnout determines who becomes president.
So it may not be who they're voting for, it's their turnout. This is the question. I think it was undeniable that there was a move by black men, especially working-class black men, to Donald Trump. Why does Kamala Harris change that? Take me through the logic.
Yeah, sure. And I don't know about working class. The only folks that I saw for sure who had changed were very wealthy black men, rappers and athletes who would benefit from corporate tax cuts.
They didn't show up in the polling. I mean, it wasn't all wealthy men in the polling that was showing up, and there was a big change. So who was that?
Well, who I saw in the polling was actually a lot of folks who were going to stay on the couch because they were unsure. And of course, they were watching, like we all do, the cultural figures that we looked up to. So when 50 Cent or Charlemagne the God said that they were open to voting for Donald Trump, a lot of black men said, well, why is that? Maybe I should wait. Maybe I should hold out before I make a decision. And really, we saw that now that Kamala is in the race, it was really the fact that it was just only the wealthiest black men, those who would benefit from tax cuts for the richest, who were willing to abandon the Democratic Party and vote for Donald Trump. We see now a candidate who really excites the base of black men and women and makes us all proud because of her record, because of her person, because of her family, because of what she's put on the line. We're really inspired, and I think we're starting to see that turn in the polls.
Right, and would I be incorrect, unfair to say that there's going to be a lot of pressure by black women, especially on black men, to turn out for Kamala Harris?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we only just met, so I don't know if you're married yet. Or if you have a little sister, which I do. Or if you were raised by your mother in the house. But it is true for sure that all of the good decisions I've ever made in my life were because I followed the advice of a woman. That is definitely true.
Okay.
And that may be true for black male voters as well.
I'm guessing your mother or little sister and if your wife, if you are married, is watching this, and you just got a whole lot of brownie points.
I hope so. And and I hope I can stay, of course, out of the doghouse well into the future. But those of us who hope to have daughters as well, we want to vote for what's best for them. And it is very true that black women are actually supreme voters. They are some of the best voters demographically in the country. They turn out at higher rates. They vote in school board elections, in midterm elections, presidential elections. That's true. And black men, for some fairly good reasons historically, are more suspicious of the system and are less willing to be interested. That's why we hear...
That's why you got 95, 98% of black men for Obama. They stayed home more for George W. Bush. They stayed home more in the Trump Clinton election. Kamala fundraising events. White women answer the call. Win with black men. Win with black women. Out for Kamala Harris, LGBTQ plus unity. Yeah. All of these are dividing the country by race and by sex and by sexual orientation. If this election is supposedly about bringing a country together, how do you do that when you're trying to divide everyone demographically?
Yeah, I actually think you left one out, which is happening tonight. I hear that there's some 80,000 white men for Kamala.
Oh, no, that was the next question. So we have that graphic. That is white dudes for Harris.
Yeah, dudes. That might be more specific.
That's what it says.
Men.
We have there it is. You see, they even have a trucker hat.
How do you qualify as a dude? I'll have to look into that when I... But
I'm not cool enough to be a dude.
Well, here's the deal. Here's my experience. You know, I ran 5 elections. I haven't lost one yet. And we found that the secret is to invite people into the party. Now, it's kind of hard to invite people if they don't know that you're talking to them. If they see, as we all do, a million emails come across the transom and we're not so sure, am I supposed to attend? Who is this for? If you can get very specific, Northeast butterfly catchers for Harris. Southwest fossil enthusiasts for Harris. That works, as well as LGBTQ voters for Harris, black women for Harris, white men for Harris. If you are able to target voters that way, you're letting them know, hey, I'm talking to you specifically. I want to hear from you. I want you in the tent. And it turns out that more people will click on a link and attend a party if they know that they are meant to be invited.